So this is Gorn on the GDP Win Max, and actually I'll change the settings a bit. Because yes. So I have now connected an eGPU. Actually, I think I'll first show those settings. So yeah, I'm using OBS because it's a nice way of recording. And the setup is I've downclocked the my DPU, and the DPU is the RTX 2080 Ti, and the dock is the Razor Chroma X. So I can disconnect the DPU. It's an eGPU casing that should support 3-slot GPUs, and it has a 650 watt power supply, and it also has USB connections, but my experience so far is that it's not wise to use the USB connections. They are all I think it's because of the bandwidth. They seem to disconnect now and then, so when I connect my mouse sometimes it pauses, and if I connect it to something else it helps. The GDP Max has 2 USB-C ports, and I've just connected a dock to the second port and use so that I have 4 extra USB ports, and that helps connect everything. That's actually a Lenovo dock that I've tried, but it does not seem to be able to actually use any of the display ports on it, unfortunately. I used MSI Afterburner to underclock it a bit, because I have experienced one time that it had a blue screen. I haven't experienced it this time yet, but I figured that the blue screen might be because that an eGPU that runs through the Thunderbolt 3 port, and that has a speed of 40 gigabit per second, I think it is, and that's not really enough to run a 16x PCI Express 3-slot graphics card. So I've figured that if it runs at full speed, it's more likely to get a blue screen. And so far that seems to be running fine. We can try to see the display settings. I have disabled the native display on the Win Max, so disconnected, and then I've connected 2 other screens, and that seems to run fine. One of them is a 1440p screen, and it can run, yeah, we can use the NVIDIA control panel because it's connected with the, where did it go? Maybe it's still opening? Yeah, there we go. And I can actually set it to 144 Hz because it's a desync, but I'm not doing that again because I want to try to ensure that I don't use too much of the bandwidth of the cable. And I also think that's why the USB ports are not working too well on the casing, the Razor Chroma X casing. But yeah, so far it seems to work. It also fixed. I tried running VR through the built-in DPU, which worked to some extent when I used my Oculus Quest and use Virtual Desktop, and then use Oculus native games. And I made another video where I ran several Oculus games, but I had the issue that I could not just run any new games. It simply just didn't allow me to install games. But I think that works now, so I will try this. Actually, I guess that doesn't work, but it might be because it hasn't detected a headset. So later I'll try connecting my Rift through a USB cable and see if maybe I can use it in the Oculus Link mode. But first I'll show you Gorn. So here you have it. And it runs quite well, I think. Oh, I can actually, let's try settings and here we go. So, is that visible? Ah, damn it. It's not visible on the screen. Let's try something else. So there is this mode. Here you can see the VR view, and that actually shows some of the display graph. Wait, there's actually another option that should make it even better. So under settings there is maybe it's not there anymore. Oh, that's probably advanced. There's an open source tool you can install for Steam VR called OpenVR Advanced Settings, and it will enable the GPU performance to actually show on the controller instead of just on the display like this. And I didn't really realize that it was doing that, but I can say that so far it's running at 6 milliseconds, 90 Hz display, and it seems pretty stable. And you can see the screen. Yes, and I'll just point this way. General, let's try this guy. Oh, and I'm also recording it on as...
The weapon in front of you is sharp. Show us your competence. Pick up the sword and salute us.
Yeah, I'm recording it on the Win Max itself. It does go above 11 now and then. Maybe it's because I underclocked the GPU. Oh, what happened to its arms? That looks healthy. Oh, he's still alive. Let's see. Best to disarm them.
You're still in one piece. Hard to say for the rest of them.
Yeah, that's right.
Raise your weapon and salute the crowd.
I like the axis.
and salute the crowd.
Whoops. No, I guess it's a two-handed weapon. Uh-oh.
Raise your weapon and salute the crowd.
Probably should try installing Half-Life Alyx and see how well that runs. Uh-oh.
Yes, you sure know how to hit things. But do you know where to hit and when to hit? A great gladiator adapts to the situation. Time for steel to meet steel. Take up your weapons and salute me.
Oh.
Getting good at that. Let's see how precise you can be while outnumbered. More fighters into the arena. Raise your blade to the free-for-all.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Raise your blade to the free-for-all.
I guess I need to finish this section to get rid of one. At least it's still a free fall. Damn it, I'm dying. Still dying.
Raise your blade to the free-for-all!
It should be the boss after this. Nice.
Delightful. You have earned the right to fight my most loyal champion. Gifted with immortality, our champion, Achilles, has no weaknesses whatsoever. Accept your weapon. Salute and battle the living champion.
No weaknesses. Except maybe that one.
Raise your arms and claim victory!
So yeah, I don't have that many games installed right now. This seems like it might take a while. But seems like this should work as well. Oh. It already seems to work. So yeah, Google Earth we are. So that works quite well. Yeah, don't remember how to control this. Let's see what else. But none of this really tests the performance so much, I guess. I think I'll try switching to the Quest. I think I can do that in the same recording. So that should be a... Oh yeah, disabled quitting VR in the overlay as an attempt to stop the overlay. It might, however, disable the microphone since I'm right now using the index for the microphone. Hello.